Welcome, Leo and Leo cross watchers, to your full moon lunar eclipse reading for the full moon in Taurus on October 28th. So, full moons are all about expansion and illumination. So, we're going to be looking at what's coming to light for you. So, we have the Six of Swords here, and I feel like you are. It feels a little okay. Hold on. We're gonna pull a couple more cards before I start talking. Can we get two more? Two more cards for Leo. One more card for Leo. Well, someone's a jerk. Sorry, that's just me being catty. Obviously, this is a love situation because we do have the Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So, and 10 of Cups and 6 of Cups are both reversed. So, Leo, I feel like either you or you're helping someone get out of something. This is a general read, so the energy may be a little bit, it might be a mixed bag. I'm not going to lie to you. Anyway, Leo, I feel like it feels like you were deserted. It feels like somebody was a real piece of work when they spoke to you. It feels like they used every dirty trick, every secret they knew, every little bit of information that they had that they knew was going to hit you hard. They hit you with it. You know what I mean? It's the energy of somebody that, like, if you had confided anything in them, even if they knew that it really meant something to you, that it was really important, they just used absolutely everything they could to throw at you. And they did. And it feels, it may not be entirely fresh that it happened. It may not have happened, yesterday. It feels like the information, the illumination that you're getting over the full moon is actually about the situation. I feel like you end up seeing that, like, listen, it doesn't feel like it makes it any better or any easier to, swallow this pill. But, and not the, like, the, red pill sort of thing. Okay, we're not doing that here. We're not going to jump on that bandwagon. But it feels like there's this energy of, it doesn't make it any easier because they still betrayed you so deeply. But I feel like you end up seeing that this person is actually burning a lot of bridges right now. You know what I mean? It's the energy of somebody that, like, it's almost like people would be looking at them like, did they win the lottery? Is there a reason they don't need anybody or any friends or anything? Like, what are they doing? Why are they burning all of these bridges? And I feel like this, from what I'm seeing, we'll dig into it a bit. I feel like this person thinks they have a right to do it, number one, which is gross. But I feel like more than that, they seem to have somebody's backing here, or at least they feel that they do. And they seem to feel, that type of person that, like, they're super nice until they, it's almost like, and then this person had somebody around them that they felt was like a bit of a fighter, or somebody that was like, they finally find out that they have some backing. It's like they've got this giant security guard behind them. And they all of a sudden think they can just start popping off at everybody, not realizing that, like, do they understand the long-term consequences? Because I feel like at the end of the day, the only person, this Knight of Pentacles is going to be their only friend. And I feel like this Knight of Pentacles doesn't really, it's almost like they don't seem to have a whole lot of connection to this person. It's like the connection and relationship built between these two is based off of more of, like, them being together and kind of, like, getting people, if you will, rather than an actual, like, deep connection. And I'm going to be honest, okay? They both think this is, listen, I'm going to be really judgmental here. I am telling you right now. Um, these two people they seem to feel like they're taking justice into their own hands and they're making sure that justice is restored. When in actuality, it's like they seem to be the people where it's like, if the two of you are joking and you kind of like playfully like, oh, haha, or you can't see that, but like you, oh, ha, 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 and you tap their arm like that, it's like they're going to come along and smack you in the face as retribution when like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You know what I mean? And it's like, they're kind of not feels like they're not the healthiest pair together because when they do get together, they both act like jerks. And like one person is a jerk, the other person's a jerk. This one yells, this one comes up and behind them yelling. That makes this one louder. And they're like, yeah, 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 listen to my, like, what are you doing? And now here's the thing. What's with this person and Leo? Hold on. Oops. Just gonna spread these out a little bit. It's gonna be a few. Okay. I'm gonna be honest. You might not want to hear this. This Knight of Pentacles doesn't have a problem taking you down because they think that you're weak anyway. It's this energy of like, well, if what we were able to do to Leo could take them down in the first place, then I guess they were never that strong in the first place. And it's like, it feels like they're so careless about it, they don't even give it a second thought, right? It's like here you were incredibly cruel to Leo, and then you want to, like, I'm I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because I'm so uncomfortable. It's like, it's ludicrous. It's like, and this person is just like, oh, well, I guess they weren't that strong. They were going to get trampled by somebody eventually anyway. And off they, march. Like, what does Leo need to know? What does Leo need to know about what's coming? What does Leo need to know about this Knight of Pentacles? They're using your person. I mean, obviously this one isn't your person anymore, but they're using them. And it feels like this might be a very specific reading. I'm going to be honest with you. It feels like whoever this Knight of Pentacles is, they were recently abandoned or dumped by their person. And it's like, and they feel like they weren't able to protect that person when they could. And so now they're coming in and they've like latched themselves on to this person. And it's like, they seem to have it in their head that they're just going to protect them and back them up no matter what. And it's almost like they think that they're doing it out of like wanting to set justice right by not being able to take care of this person, when in actuality it's like they're dishonoring this person's memory by hitching their wagon to this other one in the first place. Yikes. What's this? I was going to say, what's this Six of Cups? We have the Sun reversed with the Two of Pentacles. I'm going to be honest here, Leo. This is where sometimes your loyalty, like your tendency to be loyal, can get you into a little bit of trouble, right? And I'm not trying to be preachy, okay? There's nothing wrong with being loyal. I feel like in this case, there may have been, it's almost like if this person here hadn't proven their loyalty to you in a way that they did, you wouldn't have been as loyal to them, right? But like if people show you loyalty, that's what you're going to give them back, because that's how that works. And that's not like that's how that should work. It's not preachy. It feels like that's how you operated with this person, right? And I feel like what that brought about was this person seemed to think that they could just do whatever they want. They could say whatever they want. They could da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And like, no, they can't, right? It's like just because they've earned your loyalty doesn't mean that they can start stomping all over you and expect things to be fine, because that's not fine. right? And so I feel like with this combination here, it's like how this situation ended with this person, it feels like it's just soured the whole memory of them, right? It's like every memory that you have of this person, when you think about it, it's brought back to this shizstorm that they just sent your way, right? It's like they, it just feels like whatever this person did, it's cast a shadow over the whole connection that the two of you had. You know how sometimes like things end, but there's a certain amount of like things are amicable and you can look back on certain things in the relationship and be like, oh, that, you know, I can still enjoy, maybe you don't want the person, right? But you can still enjoy that memory. It feels like all of the stuff with this person, it's like it's cast a shadow over every single memory, because the fact that they could treat you this way, it calls into question the whole thing. Like, is this what they were just going to be doing the whole time? Is this how they were treating you and talking about you and like spitting on your name when you weren't there? That's kind of the energy. And it's not a question that the cards are posing to you. It's not a question that I'm feeling needs to, it actually feels like that's just where you're at. It's not a question of whether it is, it's that's how this whole thing has turned. What's this 10 of Cups? It's the 10 of Cups reversed. Damn, lots of reverse cards here. So we have the King of Pentacles reversed. I feel like, listen, I'm not going to pee on your leg and tell you it's raining, okay? Little Judge Judy humor for you there. I feel like as you move forward, you are going to see how poorly this person treated you consistently, but it's almost like they seem to... Have you ever heard of a compliment sandwich? I know that sounds stupid, but it's like whenever you're trying to like give someone some constructive criticism, it's like if you say like, oh, I really like this. This is something we could work on, but this was also really good. It's like you kind of pad the criticism with compliments, right? And I feel like this person did that. They did it in a way that it's like the compliment on either side were certain things that would spark memories in you that were very fond between the two of you. But the criticism in the middle was scathing and like very thinly veiled hatred. Right. And it's like because they masked it with these two things of like, oh, remember, and oh, you're such a good friend, or da 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 da, or you're such a good boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, whatever the situation was between the two of you, or the connection relationship. It's like they used all of that so that they could keep kind of like seeing how big of a dagger they could throw at you before you noticed that it was aimed right for you. You know what I mean? This is not going to sound very nice, but I kind of don't care. Like, this person's a real piece of work. And so I feel like you're going to start to see that, like, you may have felt that you were building something with this person that was very steady, that had this base, that the two of you, there was going to be something real, like, right? Like you were building the base of the pyramid and things were going to start, it's almost like you felt that the two of you were getting closer when in actuality, this person was just being an absolute... I'm even considering blurting it out so I can swear because I really want to. Or it's not blurting it out, but like not blurring it out, cutting out the sound for those, 10 seconds, but I won't. Anyway, I'm rambling. I feel like you end up seeing that, like, if this person could turn on you the way that they did, there was really no way for you to build what you wanted to build with them. And it's almost like, and if it fell down being this shaky, then like you're done. And I feel like with this Two of Cups here, it's almost this energy of, I really love this, Leo. I feel like, well, this person was a complete ASS hat. Okay, let's throw that out there. They It's almost like they would laugh at hearing that. There's something about that they seem to find funny. They just want to pretend like this whole situation is friggin' hilarious, which is ridiculous. Anyway, I'm starting to get a little bit angry, so try to calm down. I really admire that you're looking at the situation like, you know what? No, I really didn't deserve that. Not that you think you're perfect and da 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 da, right? But what this person did, nobody deserves that, especially from someone that they held so dear, right? And I feel like you're kind of like, you know what? At the end of the day, if this is how this person was going to treat you, and if that's how if they were kind of doing these little taking these little mini pot shots at you all the time, right? Trying to humiliate you. It's like you didn't deserve to be treated that way. That's not how you treated them. Or at least it's almost like you saying like, if I treated you that way, I didn't mean to, and I'm sorry. Right? Like you would never do this on purpose. You would never pull that compliment sandwich BS with these like veiled, very thinly veiled insults. It's like they said it in a way that wouldn't seem an insult to you, but everybody else knows that they're insulting you, right? Because they would use all of those like inside jokes and stuff like that to mask it to you. And like, you don't deserve that. And you're not going to be obviously you're not going to be sticking around, but it's like, you know that you deserve to be treated better than this. That's for dang sure. So, what healing message does Leo need? King of Cups. Leo, I feel like you may want to keep all of this inside. It feels like I'm going to invite you to consider that if this is resonating, I feel like is it possible that you're being really hard on yourself for feeling emotionally dysregulated, right? It's like, it's almost this energy of like, you may be feeling emotionally out of sorts. You may be like reacting to small certain things that are going wrong with like a bigger than normal reaction and kind of like, oh, I'm sorry. Like I got to give it to you here. The sorrow that you're feeling and all of this kind of like the emotional ups and downs that are being caused as a result of what's happened here, right? Because you're more sensitive right now because you're really, really hurt. It feels like you're doing your absolute best to make sure that you're not putting that on other people. Not only that you're not making them feel responsible for it, but that like if you have a bigger than typically warranted reaction to somebody, you're kind of like, oh, I'm really going through something. It's not you. It's not your fault, right? Like you really are doing your best to make sure that people don't feel responsible. I feel like part of it, it's like, that's the biggest part of it. Another part of it, I was almost about to say that like you don't want to appear erratic, but I actually feel that doesn't have anything to do with where you're at. It's like you just want, I feel like you're so deeply hurt. You just want to make sure that other people know that they're not the cause, right? It's like you would not want to put this on anyone else's shoulders because the hurt is so deep. So we're going to pull a card from this other deck. I haven't used it in forever and used it in another read today. So it's been, what does Leo need to know? And what do they have to look forward to? So we're going to get 2 cards. One for what does Leo know? 8 of Air. And what does Leo have to look forward to? All right, all right, all right, all right. Oh, amazing. Like, balance is restored. So we have the 8 of Swords for what to expect, and the 3 of Fire for what you have to look forward to. But we do have the Sun with the 10 of Swords at the bottom of the deck and the Ace of Cups. Okay, I'm going to... Ace of Earth! Did you see that? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to just yell that into the mic. I apologize if that was way too loud. Anyway, I just got excited. what you have to expect, the interesting part about this is that usually in the Eight of Air or Eight of Swords, it's someone that is standing. Is that the Eight of Swords? No. But it's someone that is standing in front of the Eight Swords and they're blindfolded and tied up, and it's like the only reason they can't move is because they believe that they're more restricted than they are. They believe that they're held back. And this person's clearing all of that out, right? So I feel like I'm not going to lie to you, it's not going to be an easy process. This is something kind of big that you're going through, okay? It is what it is. I'm going to call it what it is. I'm not going to sit here and try to act like this is not a big deal because it's not going to do you any favors. However, I feel like there's going to be some insight that you're getting, and it feels like it comes so spontaneously that you don't question it, number one, because it seems to be coming internally. And those insights seem to allow you to, oh God, Leo, you're not blaming yourself, are you? I hope not. And if you are, I feel like a lot of these insights help you to dispel any of those doubts that you may have, that there's something that you could have done to have changed this, that there's something that you did to deserve this. It's like the energy previously was saying that, like, you didn't do anything to deserve this. I feel like there may be times where you, in this kind of devastated despair energy, you may kind of like, what did I do? Right. And I feel like there's a big message that, like, there really isn't anything that you could have done to elicit, to warrant what these people did. Flat out. And I feel like as you start to see that and accept it, it's almost this energy of accepting that, like, sometimes things happen. Sometimes shiz goes south. Sometimes people turn. So, you know what I mean? It's almost the energy of, like, you have meat in the fridge and you know that you're going to cook it and you're like, yep, that meat's going to be good until tomorrow. No problem. And then you open it up tomorrow and it's like, and this is rotten and it stinks and it's horrible. It just turned. It turned unexpectedly, right? It's like maybe the power went out for a few hours and whatever. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? And it was, I feel like there may have been a few warning signs to you, but because there was so much history between the two of you, it would have been unreasonable for any sane person to expect this to happen. And you know it. I feel like you know that you got blindsided, and it doesn't make it feel any worse, but it does seem to help to alleviate some of the burden of responsibility if you're feeling that. Okay? What you have to look forward to is this Three of Fire. So the Three of Fire is the Three of Wands, and I feel like somebody is really going to try to get your attention. What I absolutely, oh my gosh, I could cry. I feel like this person is, number one, they're super attracted to you at first. I feel like that's probably the last thing on your radar right now, and that's okay, because what is amazing about this person is it's like they may come in and be like, hey, Leo, how's it going? You know what I mean? Like all, uh, like suave and debonair, if you will. And I feel like they get there and they realize, oh my gosh, I'm going to feel like I'm going to cry. And it's like, and they can feel this. It's like something may kind of come out of you that they weren't expecting. And this person is such a gorgeous energy that they kind of, it's almost like seeing you in that much pain and that much suffering. It's like it just kind of washes away what they were originally going to do. And they flip into this, like, it doesn't feel like it even is a conscious choice that they have to make, right? It's like they come in wanting to be out, and then you look up and you're just kind of like beside yourself. And this person seems like they have a lot of strength. I feel like the only caveat there is that I feel like there may be times where this person has a hard time handling how much you've been hurt, right? It's like there may be times where this person wants to, okay, let me put it to you this way. You know, sometimes when you're going through something really rough and people around you, some people are able to come in and be like, oh my God, that's terrible. Like, I'm here, I'm willing to listen, let's talk about it, right? And I feel like that may not really be what you need right now either. But I feel like a lot of the time, not a lot of the time, but sometimes this person has such a hard time watching you be hurt this way that they want to kind of jump into the motive, like they want to motivate you to do better, see things better, see yourself better, feel better, right? I feel like the level of sorrow that you're suffering, they may feel ill equipped at times to help you, but I feel like this person will be a steady presence in your life. It doesn't feel like they're going to, want to jump into anything with you or anything like that. I feel like whatever it is that you're going through, they don't push anything. And I feel like it ends up turning into this real camaraderie. I feel like this person ends up really admiring you, and they, please don't take this the wrong way, okay? It's like they really seek your approval somehow. And it's not the like, oh, what, all the negative connotation that comes with that, okay? It feels more like this person, they really admire you. It's like because they're able to see the sorrow that you're experiencing and then how you make sure that you go about not putting that on other people. And it's like I'm hearing that like the example that you set for them is pretty inspiring, and I feel like you make this person want to do better even in their own life because of how you handle things. But I feel like they also are able to see, which is kind of a gift here. It's like they're able to see that even just because you're acting happy, just because you're being your usual gregarious Leo self, doesn't mean that everything's fine. And I feel like they're not someone that's going to push and push, but they are someone that it feels like you really, not that you jump into trusting this person because of all this garbage here, but it's like, it feels like it's someone that is a bit of a kindred spirit in that they feel, it's like as you slowly trust this person, they show you that that trust in them is not misplaced. So, Leo, I think I'll leave it there. It's a bit of a heavy reading. I love you guys so much. I hope that if this reading resonated, that you are doing okay, that you are moving your way through this to the other side. Usually there's a whole spiel here, but it just doesn't feel right. I love you so much, and we will see you on the next one. Much love. Bye.